troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night.
Welcome to the SLUSH podcast, the only place on the internet where we cover Ghostbusters to baby diapers and everything in between.
It was funny because I told Matt, I'm like, Matt, when's your new episode coming? I have like an hour commute to work now, and I need casual conversation that I like.
I was like, I'm so sorry. There is no episode ready. We fucked up.
Yeah, it was the shit show for the first time around that episode.
You know what though? In the end, we got an episode out of it, and like it 50% worked. So that's
Did you watch it or listen to it, John?
I listened to it.
Yeah, I hope I described everything beautifully.
Well, I can't watch it because like as much as I'd love to sit and watch you guys, I can't do that while I'm driving.
Oh no, I get it. It was just
come
this one
on,
was
man.
like the most...
You gotta try.
Text and drive.
And then I end up off the road.
Get 3 jinks in you beforehand too.
You gotta put it in front of your speedometer on YouTube and just go with it.
And if you get in a crash, like officer, you don't understand.
Like
I was listening to the SLUSH podcast.
He's like, you listen to those losers too?
Whoa! He gets also in a car crash.
That would be the perfect commercial for your podcast. Officer, I went off the road because I was watching the SLUSH podcast. You listen to the SLUSH podcast too?
Whoa!
I heard they suck live. And with that, that's our intro into episode 19. I'm Matt.
Yeah.
This is Sully, aka Adventure Man, and we have special guest star Jon Underhill, president of the Maritime Ghostbusters and astronaut.
Hey, my new username is Bugout John. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bugging out.
Things are changing. I don't like change.
Every time I show up, I'll be at a different location.
Oh yeah. So what is happening? Is this your Fallout shelter? Is this like Fallout?
No. This is someone's basement. I'm crashing with them for the weekend while I'm in Halifax. So.
Oh.
Right. It looks like it could be a Fallout shelter. It looks cool.
It could be, but like I didn't want to do this, but I might be stashing some stuff here.
Dude,
hey,
that's awesome.
Everywhere.
It looks like we caught you on the job, and you're like, I'm actually here looking for a class 5, but I can't.
Yeah.
He's here somewhere.
I came to show up for the podcast once again.
Man, I hope the new Ghostbusters movie is good. I really, really, really do.
I'm very hopeful. I think the fact that they left Paul Rudd, it's a very positive thing. So
he's great in everything.
Oh,
I swear he saved Ant-Man, all 3 of those movies. Even though like they're whatever, at least Paul Rudd is in it. At least that's happening for it.
So I actually got a chance to watch the Marvels today.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
What was it like?
You know what? I didn't hate it, but I get why people didn't like it.
I like the little girl. I watched the show with her in it.
Yeah, and what's her name? Brie Larson, and the other one that plays Monica Rambeau. She's really good. I feel like the story didn't have really match up to the power that they had. So.
Oh, that sucks.
Seems to happen quite a lot in Marvel as of late.
Yeah.
Nah. When you spend 10 years leading to one movie and then it's like, what do we do next? Oh crap, we didn't plan beyond that.
Yeah, which is pretty surprising that they were just like, they just peaked so hard and they were like the biggest movies in the world. And everything that people predicted about them falling down from grace is happening. It's really too bad.
I think it's like comic book fatigue. Everyone's just like, oh, another Marvel movie. And then people like me, they're like, hey, another Marvel movie. I'll check that out.
Well, we were doing that right up till Doctor Strange. Like, that's the last one I saw in the theater with Sully and Henry. And we were really like stoked to see it because Sam Raimi coming back. And Doctor Strange 1 is awesome.
Actually, I think we checked out Ant-Man last together.
Oh, fuck. I think I blocked that out mentally.
Yeah.
You're
we
right.
Were like, what's going to be better to watch, Creed 3 or Ant-Man? It's like, well, I think Ant-Man's out, so let's go watch that.
Jonathan Majors is in both, and now he's in nothing.
Now he's in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon, jail. Because didn't, like, multiple other, like, ladies come forward, and they were like, yep. Fuck this guy.
It is all true now.
Yeah.
So
I think him and Danny Masterson are in the same unit now.
Oh fuck, that guy is just like the worst. It's too bad because that 70s show is like classic.
Oh man, the Ranch. Have you ever seen The Ranch?
Yeah,
I
that
have,
show is
yeah,
good
yeah.
too.
Right?
It's too bad. God
Like
damn it.
they had like the perfect dark comedy mix, and then all of a sudden it was like, we have to get rid of this character. Okay, and then nothing really changed. So
Yeah, I don't know. Is Ashton Kutcher like doing stuff still? Like, what is he in now?
Um, I don't know if Ashton Kutcher's doing stuff, but I know he did get a lot of flack for like trying to back Danny
yeah,
Masterson up. But
Because they wrote
I
those
know
letters, right?
they did write those letters to for his good name, whatever. But obviously, it
yeah.
still wasn't all
I,
true to whatever he said. And
Yeah.
but he still
I
does
think
that whole program, like I mentioned before, with him like helping like with the government to save like kids from
mhm.
Yeah.
trafficking and whatnot. So he still does that.
Well, that's good.
I think like Hollywood wise, the last thing he did was like the that '90s show where he just kind of guest starred.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
started that. It's weird. My family and I used to watch that all the time, every single episode that came out back in the day. And then I
yeah.
tried to wrangle my family together. My dad was like, fuck, I don't want to watch this. And I was like, it's a 90s show and it's
I,
got everybody
you,
back. And we started it and it was like,
it was kind of like
it's
Goes
trying to
that
like,
watch
way.
Fuller House. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like
It's like you were
they're
hopeful,
trying, but
like yeah, they're trying so hard, and then you're like, they're trying too hard.
yeah, I think what took me out of that 90s show was the new cast. I just couldn't get into it. I love
Yeah,
seeing Red and Kitty again because they were awesome still. And whenever
I
the
don't.
old cast show up, they're cool. But
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Kurtwood Smith is like the best, one of the best actors.
can you fly, Bobby? He's always the
He was
bad
in that.
guy.
He was on The Ranch as well.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw him on some of it.
Yeah,
Oh right, yeah, he was. I almost forgot.
yeah.
It's been so long since I watched his ranch.
My parents used
Well,
to watch a lot.
I love The Ranch because I'm a huge Sam Elliott fan. Like when he did westerns and stuff, and then they put him. And anyone that knows anything about him knows he's like a hardcore liberal Democrat supporter in the states, and then you put him as a character who's like the exact opposite, and it's amazing.
I've never seen him in anything where I was like, whoa, until I saw A Star Is Born, and he's Bradley Cooper's brother. He was so
Dude,
good in that.
he was in Roadhouse.
I know. I knew you were gonna bring up Roadhouse. Like, what do you think of the new
Um,
one, the reboot?
I haven't even watched the preview yet. I don't think I want to see it.
Yeah,
Um, what else did Sam Elliott do? He did Ghost Rider.
he was in The Big Lebowski. He's like the narrator.
Oh
Oh
right.
right,
Oh
right,
my
right.
God, he is. I
You gotta
totally
use
forgot
so
about
many
that.
cuss words.
I'll, I'll tell no no. I want to tell you something. What looks really weird is him without his mustache. And I watched him in that Mel Gibson movie, We Were Soldiers. He plays a drill sergeant. He doesn't have his mustache, but he's like pissed off at everything. A guy's walking by, "Good morning, Sergeant Major. How do you know what kind of fucking morning it's been?"
I know. I did Google pictures of him. You're always curious, right? It's like, what did this person like look like? You know, it's like looking up uh, Donald Sutherland when he's like 18. I'm always curious to be like, what did they look like back
Steven
then?
Seagal without a goatee.
Steven Seagal is a madman.
Fall from grace.
I heard he had like a big bad thing happen on SNL when he hosted it. Like apparently it was really
Mhm.
really bad. I don't know what
That's not even
happened,
like
but
that's not even like the worst thing that
I
happened.
think,
He had to flee the country. Like he's like
really?
that's
yeah,
why he's
like he's like hiding out in Russia, isn't he?
yeah, I think it
What?
was I think it was something
Yeah.
to do with like all taxes he wasn't paying to America, and then
That's not good.
so then he just flew to Russia. That's why he's like Vladimir Putin is my best friend.
Wow, man, I was just watching the news about him. How they're like he clearly killed that guy who died in prison. Like Jesus,
No,
that
no
country is
way.
fucked. I
Eh,
don't know what they're gonna do.
let's
Not to
not
get
get too political
political,
here. Yeah.
but they are in trouble though. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh, everybody's in trouble.
I was like, damn, Steven's like, oh, God, I didn't even know about that. That was oh, okay, yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
Steven
Oh, I
Seagal's
used to
fault.
love Steven Seagal movies, and then it was like once he did Under Siege 2 on the train, it's like, I'm not
I
interested anymore.
I was like into his movie at first, but then I saw him in his dojo, and I was like, this man's a fraud. And I don't know, I just came to, I never
Yeah.
looked at his movies the same again. Because you can even see in his like dojos where he just like grabs him and like slowly throws him on the ground. It's like, what are these guys? That's not even like a perfect throw. Are
They're
these
like
guys just
they're
letting them?
throwing
Yeah.
themselves. Let's face it.
Yeah, they're throwing
Yeah.
themselves in the ground. And then I was like, holy crap, he's one of these fake dojo senseis or whatever the heck they have around
I
these.
mean, it's not like he's Chuck Norris or anything.
Oh man, Chuck Norris is also fucking crazy. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, come on. No one has as many like, no one has as much lore about them as anyone else than Chuck Norris.
What about Jesus?
Oh, I think we're at a time that Chuck Norris is now one up Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's true. You got me there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
mean, you guys heard the story about that time Chuck Norris was bitten by a cobra, right?
like,
After 3 days of writhing and pain, the cobra died.
it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, he uses that joke in The Expendables.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then Jason Statham's just like, this fucking guy. I'm just like, trying to walk away. I was like,
Did they make another Expendables? Didn't that happen not that long
Yeah, I
ago?
think they're up to, what are they up to? 7, 9?
I think they're
50?
at 4 or 5. I think they made one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't know if it was last year or in the late 2022. They made one very recently though.
Did they ever make the all-female Expendables? Did that ever happen?
As far as I know, I have
No.
no idea.
They were planning on making one, calling it the Expendables. No joke. That was supposed to happen. It was like
Dear
Mila
God.
Jovovich and like Mila Jovovich.
And they instead of doing that, they just grabbed Ronda Rousey and threw her into the cast of the last one.
Oh man, what's she up to? We're just dropping in all these fucked up.
Man, what a
Celebrities.
bleak episode.
I know.
Let's call it the Fall from Grace episode.
Dear God.
Oh my god.
You know who fell from grace for me personally? Last year, it actually ruined me. It's not even like a person or an individual. It's a company.
Wow.
Apple.
No, actually, Apple's been going up on my ladder. I've been liking Apple a bit more lately.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Apple really. I'll go off topic a bit. So I was a bit more disappointed in Apple like 7-8 years ago because they weren't really doing anything. They were just copy pasting what they were taking from Android and improving more of the camera features more than anything. And I was like, what is Apple really innovating here? But then when the new decade started, 2019, the CEO said he wants to focus on Apple for innovation. And he, honest to God, he's been true to his word. Every year, Apple's been steadily improving with their stuff. So honestly, Apple has just been going up in my book for how great their technology has been going. Because even like with their phones, I don't even know why Apple just. I always thought Apple was ashamed of gaming industry or stuff like that. Because even had a big feud with Fortnite once upon a time ago.
Really?
Yeah, because they were using you could play Fortnite on the Apple Store, but then they ripped it off because Apple and Epic had a huge fallout, and then they got in a big lawsuit.
Shit.
And then so Apple really stayed away from that kind of gaming area other than just simple mobile games. But then as of recently, when they were able to get like their CPUs in par to actually stabilize like modern gaming. You could play the new Resident Evil games on the iPhone, the newest ones. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
That is
and
weird.
then now they're making Macs being able to have processing power to play a lot of these games, other than just playing other than just being for video editing, because that was mostly what like Macs were really aimed towards.
Yeah.
Like some of them can now be more balanced toward that effect. And now with the Apple Vision Pro, I'm like, man, Apple is
We're
really
at the Oasis.
Apple has just been going up and up.
I keep telling Sully that he has to watch Ready Player One.
No. Read the book first.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't read books, man. I'm sorry.
I'll read it to
Okay,
you.
read the audiobook.
I don't know if I can do audiobooks either.
I don't like
I'm a
Will
weird-
Wheaton. Will Wheaton narrating. I'm like, he's like 50, and Wade is like in his late teens. It sounds weird.
Well, it's funny because I have The Martian on audiobook. I have it read by R.C. Bray, who's amazing. But then I downloaded the new abridged version that like literally has sound effects and stuff, and it's Will Wheaton, and I'm like, why didn't they just get Matt Damon?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, why didn't they get
Right?
me?
I mean,
I was
like Will
about-
Wheaton, but spend some money.
I like Will Wheaton as like a human being, but him reading Ready Player One, I was like, I'm just gonna go back to reading it after this. I think. But the book is like the movie is so different from the book that they're almost completely separate.
Licensing, man. licensing. They couldn't get all the licensing for everything.
It's not even just that. Ernest Cline and his buddy wrote the screenplay. Like they were already making the movie, like right
Yeah.
after he sold the book. I think. Watched a lot of interviews with him, and Warner Brothers apparently has the largest library for like movie IP stuff in the
Yeah.
world.
I can believe that.
Yeah, like, and it's weird. Like, even though they had a lot of Star Wars references in the book, in the movie, Steven Spielberg just chose not to put Star Wars stuff in it. But there is an X-wing in a scene though.
And
Yeah.
imagine just the
Well-
fiasco of arguing with Disney is abysmal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that only ever worked once when they did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Disney was like, okay, you can put him in, put our characters in there, but they have to have equal time with everybody else. So maybe no one wanted to do that again.
That movie is crazy.
Yeah. Sticking around audiobooks, it's crazy because if you listen to, what was it? Ender's Game. Ender's Game is vastly different in the book than it is in the movie.
I watched the movie, but I never knew.
I didn't mind the movie from what I remembered, but
No. It was really good. Like Harrison Ford really held it together, but like his age is different. The characters are wildly different. Just everything that happens is different. But I guess you gotta keep it to 90 minutes.
unless you're Christopher Nolan or Martin Scorsese.
Francis Coppola. Yeah.
Yes.
Also honorable mention.
Dude, his new movie is supposed to be crazy, right? He self-financed it.
He does that quite a lot, though, right?
This is like a $200 million movie. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Megalopolis. It's his last movie apparently he's ever doing. Adam Driver is in it.
But we know that, like everybody says, when a director's like, "Oh, this is gonna be my last movie," and it never is.
I feel like Tarantino's gonna go down that path too. He says he's only gonna do one more, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
I think he's full of it, man. I generally don't. He's just too wild of a mind. I too think let himself just end on whatever movie. Besides, he's only like 9 movies in.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what every director needs? They need a showgirls. Paul Verhoeven was like the love of Hollywood for like what, the better part of a decade. We need to make an awesome action movie, and then he said, "I'm going to make Showgirls," and then we haven't seen him since.
Didn't he do Hollow Man? Remember that movie with
I
Kevin
don't
Bacon?
know.
Yeah, that's his movie.
I blocked it out.
Nobody remembers
see it.
Hollow Man. It's like the first new Invisible Man movie they made. It was, Kevin Bacon and the love interest from Karate Kid were in it. And I'll leave it at that.
Surprised you remembered it as detailed as you did.
Yeah. Well, because I was stoked about it.
Anyways, back on my thing. I totally remembered what I was talking about before. Splenda. Goddamn Splenda.
Like the
Last
fake
year-
sugar?
Yes, the fake sugar. Okay, I just remember well because I wanted to. This all stemmed from me trying to remember about freaking Splenda. Anyway, Splenda. When obviously as it make coffee, whatever they put out like they got accused from like having stuff in their packets that has a glycerin that helps cause cancer, right?
What?
And then they didn't really like deny it or even like push it aside. They're like, well, we are healthier than cigarettes. I was like, what do you mean? Like,
Well,
Wow.
we all know that Splenda has ricin in it. I mean,
I was just hoping they would use like some form of defense on themselves. They'd be like, yeah, we're not as bad as this guy though. It's like, what the?
well,
I did not know that.
Hold on. Let's drop into baby chat for a second. For the longest time, Johnson & Johnson would not admit that kids could choke on their baby powder.
I know. That's crazy.
Like if you mix it with any kind of liquid, it turns into a paste that just solidifies in like seconds.
Yeah, like you can't breathe that shit in. And people have been using
No.
it for years and years and years.
Yeah.
I guess this is baby chats then, part 4.
Are we adopting a baby, guys?
Let's
Is that
do
what we're
it.
doing?
The 3 of us can do it together. It'll be like, what is it called? 3 Men and a Baby?
Yeah.
Remember that movie? Leonard Nimoy directed it.
Dibs on dancing.
Oh man.
We have like parental visits at your places with just one child.
Yeah, we'll just separate it out. No, we all have to get an apartment together and do it, just like in the movie. We
You
gotta
sell
do
your
it.
house, I move out. He sell. Oh
No,
my
we'll
god.
get
Wait,
Cora and
wait,
Bennett out. You
wait,
guys can move in.
wait. Hold on. We just had a great idea for a reality show. Call MTV, quick.
I think they're done, aren't they?
No,
No,
they're
they're,
still around.
we
Are they?
discussed this before that they're just nothing but Rob Dyrdek now.
I think MTV is done. I thought that they went out of business.
No, they're just nothing but ridiculousness. I think ridiculousness is the
Yeah.
sole good thing that's keeping
They,
MTV alive.
Okay, I'm looking it
they
up.
they have Paramount to prop them up.
Paramount, really?
Yeah, yeah, they've been owned by Paramount for years.
Um, I read a thing not that long ago. I thought that they were toast now. Am I losing my mind?
That's not a real possibility.
I know Rob Dyrdek pretty much controlled it by the end, near the end of it, or if it's still not going.
Damn. Well, I've lost my mind completely, I guess.
So sorry.
What was it? Of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Eh.
Yeah, I haven't.
I can't do without it.
Remember Much Music when they used to play music videos back in the day?
You mean
I
much?
remember when they used to do live
Much,
concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They used
yeah.
to do
They
the
actually
dances.
they actually did a live concert on my reserve. It was so unheard of.
The Much Music video dance party.
Much music concert on my reserve. It was so dope. But that was the first and last time they ever did anything near that area because
Sorry,
Wait.
Sully.
it was a horrible experience for them.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Last year when I was in Toronto, I was actually on Queen Street and I walked by the building and I stopped and I'm like, God, why does this wall look so damn familiar? And I had to run across the street, like across traffic, and look back. I'm like, oh my God, this is where Much Music used to be.
That window, right? Where they like have
Yeah.
electric circus and stuff, where all the dancers are like clearly E'd up and like having the time of their life.
Back on a Friday night in Toronto, that was where you went, and you'd stand there and watch them dance, or if they were having some band was hawking a new album, they would do a concert that would be half outside and half inside, and
Yeah, that's cool. I wish they did stuff like
Mm.
that still.
we'd have to have Much Music back.
Let's make some calls. See what we can do.
I think
Well, I mean,
Didn't
it's just
Ed the
much
Sock-
now, right?
What?
How do we get
What's
the
that?
music back? It's just much now, right? How do we get the music back into it? Like,
I
is
don't
Much
know.
still a channel?
I think so.
I think it's just much, just not much music.
Oh, they don't play much
Oh,
music.
oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I think they lost the music part of themselves a while ago.
Yeah, it's too bad, man. I have a lot of VHS recordings of like the countdown from back then. I had the one where Eminem had his first song with and like Coroner in the countdown and like Smash Mouth and it's brutal. Like it's pretty awesome though, in a terrible way.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff they did that was like entertaining and memorable. Like every year they would take their Christmas tree and toss it off the roof.
Yeah. Tree toss.
And the last time they did it, the city of Toronto told them to stop doing it because they set the parking lot on fire.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't have lit it on fire before they threw them.
Yeah.
But they had Snow Job and Sand Job. Remember
Yeah.
those?
Yeah, I do.
So crazy that they could do that back then.
I remember watching Snow Job and Robbie Williams come out, and I guess they didn't give him any gloves, and he's like, "Holy fuck, it's cold."
Yeah, man, the VJs were crazy back then. They had like Rick the Temp and like that one guy who owned a DeLorean. I can't remember his name.
Wasn't George Stroumboulopoulos, was it?
No, but at least he went on to like bigger things with his
Oh,
own
yeah.
show. Is that still on?
What George? I think he has his own like YouTube channel.
That makes sense. He sounds
Yeah.
like a podcast kind of guy.
Do you remember Rainbow Sun Franks?
I don't think so.
No.
What was
I,
it?
I remember him because after he got off of Much Music, who was it? MGM hired him to be on Stargate Atlantis,
Stargate.
and we met him. Yeah, we met him at Fan Expo, and like he was such a cool guy, but he wouldn't talk about his time on Much Music because of how he was just sort of ceremoniously shown the door.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, he owns like a video game bar up there now too.
Oh, that's cool at least. It's a good thing to
Well,
retire with.
I think he does. I mean,
I love to own a video game bar. I'll open one in Bible Hill and get 10 people a year.
Isn't the
I
boardroom cafe kind of like that? Am I crazy? But
The
it's just board games.
boardroom, it's
Am I
mostly
crazy?
board
there's
games, right?
Yeah, I mean,
there's
kind of video game.
there's 2 video game bars in downtown Halifax. I mean, we went to one, didn't we, Matt?
Yeah, we went to one on Argyle Street, I think, and then Propeller is
Yep.
a pretty wicked arcade. And
I've been to that one a couple of times.
there's one called Silver something, and it's in the Bedford Mall.
Silver Ball.
Yeah, it's a pretty good arcade too.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Go on.
go ahead, Sully.
No, I was going to talk about the VR cafe they used to have before they tore it down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 of those. There's still one in the Bedford Place Mall now.
Is there?
Yeah, yeah, and they have there's a Palladium as well in Dharma Crossing.
Oh, I love Palladium.
Fuck, it's expensive. Oh my god.
It was so confusing. We were arguing with the dude, like, how do we use this? You use it like this. Like, that doesn't. I don't understand what you said. We were at it for a while.
Oh
It was
my.
a long day.
I like Propeller Arcade the best. I thought that place was awesome.
Oh yeah. The only thing I didn't like is like after COVID, they put all the prices on the games up.
Yeah, I wish it was just a
Yeah,
quarter.
like everything was a quarter, and then when we came back, it's like $1. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, like me and Henry beat the X-Men arcade cabinet. It took us
Oh.
$10. So that was like 1,000,000 quarters, but we beat the game. And now we couldn't do that. We'd have to spend like
No.
$100 on the game, which would not happen.
I remember as a kid finishing the Terminator 2 arcade cabinet,
Whoa.
and it cost like $25,
Whoa.
and it sucked.
It wasn't a good ending?
Like it was just like it was the exact same as the movie, like, but it was like barely 8-bit. So
I always loved that cabinet with the little 2 Uzis on it.
yeah,
You have to push
Yeah.
the button for like the little grenades to spin out and
Yeah.
hit the endoskeletons. Terminator freaks me out.
I think it freaked Cameron out. That's why he did it.
Yeah, I wish he would just be like, you know what? Fuck Avatar. I'm gonna come back and just bring back the Terminator franchise out of this horrible mess.
He's been doing that over and over. Like, let
I
the
mean,
series die.
him direct one. Get him to do a low budget sci-fi. That would be cool.
Like he should just go to Disney and be like, look, if you buy Terminator from who has it now, Matt?
I don't know actually. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I'll
I'll look it up.
if you
guess
buy
Universal.
Terminator,
I guess Universal.
Is
Yeah.
it Universal?
if you buy Terminator, I will make you $1 billion movie.
He probably would. People would definitely do
Yeah.
that.
Get this. Avatar crosses over with Terminator. That's the next antagonist for
I
Avatar.
could see that
3.
happening actually. It
Well,
says
I think Avatar actually crosses over with Aliens.
I believe that. I could see that. The
Like, I
drop
think-
ships look similar.
Well, one of the companies, I think when I was watching like an Easter egg video, they were like, check this out. These boxes are marked Wayland Yutani.
Oh my god, that would be crazy. You could easily connect them. Like
Exactly.
Blade Runner apparently connects to the Terminator franchise and Aliens.
Yep.
So I
Well,
could see all those happening.
What is it? Firefly connects in with Aliens.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, that's ship on a one season show with Nathan Fillion and all that?
Don't
never seen
besmirch the Firefly.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen the movie, and I seen it at Helicon one year. I was like, what is going on here? I feel like I should have watched this shit.
Serenity?
I was there. I was there when they showed the movie.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context.
Yeah.
What's happening
Yeah.
here? Yeah.
Why is he hanging around with this random hooker? Like, what the hell?
I need to
that
watch
was
that
a-
show.
That was a strange year because even I remember they had like a lot of weird panels up for
Yeah,
that thing.
that was- That was my first Halcon, and I was like, okay, this is kind of odd.
wow,
I need
that's kind of the same era of my first Halcon, dude. That's wild.
Mhm.
I have to go back to Helcon. Skydance owns Terminator. I don't know.
So what's the parent company?
It says Skydance own it. Cameron controls it. Both parties
Yeah.
need to sign off on it to use the IP. Studio Canal owns the rights to Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. It sounds like a mess of different people who own it.
Oh, Skydance, I think, has a gaming studio as well. Weird.
You know what
remember-
I would kill for them to do is Disney would own the rights to the previous show, them to finish the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh, I remember that. That was a good idea. Isn't the girl
It was
from
a-
Serenity in it?
Yes, she plays the Terminator.
Right. That's a cool
Um,
twist. I like that they had a
Yeah.
girl Terminator.
And Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones plays Sarah Connor, and she's like totally badass.
They have a decent cast. Like they could have pulled that
Yeah.
off. If they'd made that today, they totally could have.
Oh man, it would have been, and they left it on such a strong cliffhanger.
There was a I've never seen it. There was a kid here in Nova Scotia who made it to like the last three kids to play John Connor.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
And they picked Thomas Dekker over this random kid. Wow.
Apparently, this kid, who I know, and I won't say his name because I don't know if you'd be happy with me telling everybody, but he's like works in the film industry still, and he's like he could have been John Connor. He looks like John Connor. It's crazy.
Well, if he's been in the Nova Scotia film industry, has he been on Trailer Park Boys? Because I feel like
Uh,
everyone in the film industry has been on Trailer Park Boys.
or at some point or another, right? Ivan Reitman
Exactly.
helped make the first movie,
Right?
which is crazy.
He had faith in them.
He said that they had to have tits in it, or he was like, the movie's not going to work. That was all him.
That's all the movies he did up to Ghostbusters.
It's so bizarre. How do we the skipping from subject to subject is incredible right now.
Because we started off so bleak, because like, we got to cheer this up. Oh my god.
I don't know. I just want to see Ghostbusters, and I hope it's good. That's what I started with. I hope it's as good as I want it to be, but you never know.
I hope with the amount of money they've dropped into promoting and getting cast and keeping the whole crew from Afterlife, I really hope they do good.
Yeah, I like Afterlife. I like how little it is. It made it so much more like, I don't know. I really like that movie, and I'm hoping that they do a good job again.
I think with Ghostbusters, they made New York part of the cast, and when they moved it to Oklahoma, it kind of took that grandiose out, and it's like, okay, we're just this little town now. Everything happens in this little town.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. Fingers crossed. It seems like a lot of shit to pack into 2 hours. Like, everything I've seen, I'm like, whoa, that's a big deal that's happening in the movie. So, yeah.
Well, do you want to take bets on which of the old guys goes first?
I feel like it's got to be Peter, right?
I think they're gonna throw a curveball and it's gonna be Ray.
That would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I love Ray.
But not Winston.
No, Winston's too important.
It's actually funny because we're going to go on a tangent here for a second. I saw my first episode of Quantum Leap, the reboot today.
Oh.
And I feel like it's the same guy.
Really?
Like the new Winston and this guy in this TV show, because he's the money guy, right?
I haven't seen the new Quantum Leap. I love the old one though.
Oh yeah.
You ever
Damn
seen
that
it,
ending.
Sully?
No, I never heard of any.
Oh man, it's like this dude. He's like involved with this experiment, and it like transports him into a different body in a different time period throughout history.
Within his lifetime. So from like the day he's born to the day he dies, he can jump into a body that exists.
It's really good. Like it's a really good show. When did it come out? Was it the late 80s or early 90s?
It was like mid 80s, and then it ran for like 4 or 5 seasons, I think.
It's all about him trying to get back to his life,
but making right what went wrong,
as you do.
Like, yeah, like it's funny because they did like a 3-episode arc where he goes back in time and he's Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who shot Kennedy, and then at the last second, I'm spoiling it, he jumps into a Secret Service guy, and he still can't stop it. And it turns out, right? And it turned out he wasn't supposed to stop Kennedy from getting shot. His wife was supposed to get killed too, and he stopped that.
Oh, interesting. Oh, God.
So
this
like,
show is great.
They went to, right?
You got to see it, Sully.
Like
Sully's
Dean Stockwell and Scott Bakula, like, wow.
Yeah, and he uses a little Ziggy thing.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a great show. I still haven't seen Stargate. I've only seen the movie, but I remember really liking the idea of Stargate, how they like just archaeologists uncover this massive gate that can, it's a wormhole, isn't it? That can like transport you across galaxies.
It creates a stable wormhole between two Stargates.
It's so neat. Like I could see that happening at some point.
Well, and the dumbest thing is they put it right where I always said, like, I think Stargate is the U.S. government's way of telling people that aliens do exist, and we're just kind of putting it out there gently, um, because they hide it at SAC NORAD in Colorado, and then if you go take the tour of the place, there's actually a closet with Stargate Command written on it.
I,
Like
I
not
mean,
like
the government recently said like aliens are real. Look at Mexico's aliens.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So aliens hashtag confirmed trending, baby.
Aliens.
aliens.
I'm always hopeful that we'll have some kind of an alien invasion that bans the whole human race
Starship
together.
Troopers, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Did you see that movie? We sucked so bad against the arachnids.
Yeah, we totally
yeah,
do.
They were conscripting literal children in the movie just because that's how bad they were losing. Just by like
No,
propaganda, like
no. They don't conscript. The Terran Federation doesn't conscript. You volunteer, but their propaganda is so good. You volunteer either way.
hell yeah, dude.
Want
Would you
to
like
know
to know more?
more? Whoa.
The
I
desire
love
of no
that.
more intensifies.
I love that meme. Have you
Yeah.
did I tell you how I saw that? I went to a youth group. I was at a youth group at a church in
No
1997.
way.
I think you mentioned this.
Yeah, and the minister was so cool. He's the one who got me into space. I didn't even like space, and a minister got me into it, and I left the church because of it. And I was like, I don't believe any of this. Space is the way to go. And he took our youth group to Starship Troopers, and it was
Nice.
really fucked up that he took us. Like looking back, it was rated R, and
Like the first dude, my grade 6 teacher took us to see Die Hard with a Vengeance.
that is pretty awesome. That movie's wicked.
Right? Yeah,
That's a wicked
but
movie.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Starship Troopers, I don't think he realized how violent it was gonna be. Like, that was crazy violent.
Well, that poor news reporter died in the first 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
not like either. He died horribly.
Michael Ironside. Oh, man.
Oh
Crazy
yeah.
death scene. And Rika's girlfriend. Oh my god. Well, kind of girlfriend.
Yeah. Do you think it's funny that in Total Recall he lost his arms, but in Starship Troopers he lost his legs, and it was the same director?
Oh my god, you're right. I never even thought of that.
It's just dismembering him. In
I
every
wanna
movie,
s-
like,
I want to see Total Recall. I haven't seen that in a long time. The old one.
yo, I thought it was
you
like you love Colin Farrell. What do you mean?
I do.
I kind of like the reboot.
Oh God. Oh no.
I kind of like it.
Did they fall through a planet or something at some point?
No, they have like an elevator that takes you from Australia to England because they're the only parts of the world that are left to be habitable.
How do they go through the planet?
They just dug a big tunnel and just drop an elevator through twice a day. I don't know.
What about the Earth's core?
Well,
It goes around it.
You're asking too many questions,
Yeah.
It's been believed.
Whenever I go too far into thought patterns like that, I'm always like, why do Transformers have noses?
Just believe in the science, all right?
Dude, speaking of which, have you guys ever seen the movie Ad Astra with Brad Pitt, the space movie?
I started to watch it and I fell asleep.
It's a really boring movie, but it's cool. It's cool. They have space elevators in it, and it's kind of
Yeah.
neat seeing, like, because you always hear about them wanting to build them or having had planned to build them at some point, and they never
Yeah.
happen. And they have an accident in the opening of the movie, and it's like Brad Pitt just falling from a space elevator back into the atmosphere, and it's horrifying.
And it takes like forever for him to fall, doesn't it?
Yeah, like he has enough time to like figure shit out. But it's a cool movie though. I liked it.
I started watching this movie with Sam Rockwell called Moon.
Oh my god, that movie is so good. I love that movie.
I make a mistake of trying to watch good movies in the middle of the night, and then it's like I wake up in the morning and it's like, would you like to watch this again? I'm like, I want to watch it the first time.
Oh, I saw that in the theater 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it at the Oxford. They had a film print of it. And have you ever heard of it, Sully?
No.
So, you know Sam Rockwell?
I've heard the name.
He plays who's that guy in Iron Man 2?
Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He plays the wrestler too, right? Am I crazy?
No, this is the other guy. He's like Tony Stark's what would you call adversary? Who's the other developer?
Yeah.
I'll find a picture of him. So, okay, hold on now.
Yeah,
Moon.
he plays like
I'll take your word for it.
I'll
yeah.
show
In
you.
in Moon, he plays he works at a lunar mine, but he's like only responsible for keeping track of robots. So he's alone.
Sam Rockwell.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I
That
was
guy.
thinking of a
He's
totally different
actually
dude.
great in Iron Man too. I love him in that.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? He's in Seven Psychopaths. That was like one movie I remember him really well in.
I haven't seen that. That
Oh,
sounds
he was in the
cool.
Green Mile as well.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he was the little crazy guy that kept giving them trouble.
I've never seen The Green Mile.
Really?
I thought my camera froze for a second. No, I heard good things though. Michael Duncan Clark,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
R.I.P.
Tom Hanks
Tom
still going
Hanks.
strong.
Point is, Sam Rockwell is the only actor in the whole movie, and he's on the surface
Yeah.
of the moon. And they got the miniatures folks who worked on like Aliens, and they made miniatures, and they actually built all this stuff and photographed it to make it look like large scale. And David Bowie's son directed it, and it's
Mhm.
fucking awesome. It's like, I don't know, it's really good. Ironically, the only other actor in it plays a robot, and it's Kevin Spacey.
Wow.
We're back
Oh,
to
no.
people who fell from grace. It all came back around.
They're equivalent to Splenda already, dude.
It's a great movie, though. I love that. He made a follow up to that was supposed to connect to it. It was Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's on a train, and time keeps looping. What was that called? Time Code?
Oh,
Looper?
yes.
No, that's
Not
something else.
Looper.
I
Looper
think it's
has
Time
Bruce
Code.
Willis. Son of a time. I know what you're talking about because him and that girl are trying to figure it out, and he's like
Yeah.
the only one who remembers it over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I love when they do time loop movies. It's very interesting.
Did you guys see that one Boss Level that came out on Amazon?
Mm-mm.
No, this guy literally keeps reliving the same six hours of his life, and as soon as he wakes up, someone is trying to kill. Like literally, as soon as he wakes up, he knows that this guy's trying to kill him, so he knows to kick him in this spot and hit him with a chair. And as the days progress, as they repeat, he keeps getting further and further along until eventually he gets to the guy who's causing it. But I don't know what caused it.
Sounds like me playing Contra every day for like 8 months.
Oh, and
Hey,
that guy was Mel Gibson.
Oh,
uh,
he just
I
pops
just
up everywhere.
I just
All
remember
from
that. Just remember that Sweet 16 movie, Happy Death Day, with that girl going through it. The same thing, getting killed on her birthday.
Oh,
Horror movie.
yes. There's a sequel to that, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so. She's in college or
I
something.
think anything that has a time loop has a good comedic yet tragic outlook.
Yeah.
I find time travel movies are so weird where it's like dichotomy of like they really flub it really bad or they do it really well. There's kind of really no in between, I find, because I
I
do
don't
like,
know.
cause there's not
Go ahead.
some time travel movie that I didn't really like with the. Oh my God, what's that one? Ryan Reynolds did one recently. I actually hated it. I actually hated this movie. I think it was a
Time
movie. I
Oh,
was like, it was
he
like
goes back
Adam.
in time to his younger self.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Oh,
that movie was
I didn't
awful.
see that one. That was the
Yeah,
Netflix
what-
one, right?
No, I
Yeah.
was so that's maybe movie made me tired of seeing Ryan Reynolds and stuff. I was
Who
like, all right,
directed that? Wasn't it Sean Levy? Isn't he doing Deadpool?
I have no
3?
idea.
Fuck. Might be in
I know
trouble.
Mark Ruffalo was actually the best part of that movie.
I've
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't mean time
Go on.
travel movies. I mean where they repeat time. So like
Oh.
Groundhog.
Groundhog Day. Fuck, that movie's
Yeah.
good.
Have you guys watched Predestination with Ethan Hawke?
No.
No.
Yeah, that one's a time looping movie. It's all about one person just trying discovering and experiment with time travel, see the lens of how many times you can manipulate time going forward and going back in time. It's definitely really interesting because it's just how much Ethan Hawke's discovering, like with the lens of what time travel can do and how much it affected his own life. The more so he
Yeah.
does it, yeah, it's a really interesting movie. Also with whole time loops. I don't like if it's kind of hard not to explain the movie without spoiling it because it's such an in-depth time travel thing. But it's definitely something to watch. It definitely like messed me up on time travel entirely. I was like,
I
whoa,
like
this
Ethan
is
Hawke. He's great in everything, I think.
yeah.
I'm
Met
a
him
big
once. It
fan.
was crazy.
You met Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, it was actually really weird. We met at a sport check.
What?
Yeah. We were in a sport check in Laganaganish, and me, and my mom, and my brothers were all catching the dollar sale because you buy a pair of shoes, you get the next one dollar free.
Ah,
Like, yo,
yes.
it's sick. and then we were exiting the store with our shoes, and we bumped into somebody. You know, I stopped for a second, like, wait a minute, and I was like, hey, are you Ethan Hawke? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Shakes my hand. I look over, like, oh my god, it is Ethan Hawke, and then he just kept walking by with his daughter. I was like, uh. Then we all just sat down in the van. We all was kind of like flabbergasted, like, that was Ethan Hawke, right? We look in the store, like, oh my god, it is. Like, should we go? Should we go back in? It's like, I don't know. I shook his hand. I kind of feel good about it already. Like, I don't know.
When was that?
And so you guys have worked in the film industry. What are your funny like celebrity stories?
Oh man, Rucker Hauer. That's my story. When I was on Hobo with a Shotgun, it was like my first day ever as a technician on a movie. Like I worked on a whole bunch of music videos and commercials and stuff before that and short films. But this was my first big union like kind of thing I was on. And there was the scene, I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and there was the part where we had Rucker Hauer in the sewer and they had the thing on his neck. And it was like near the end of the movie. And they actually put him in a real sewer. He was in the sewer. Like, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they got me over and I was like just staring. I couldn't stop staring at Rucker Hauer because I couldn't believe it was like 2 in the morning in Dartmouth and had Rucker Hauer from Blade Runner in the sewer in front of me. And he noticed that I kept staring at him and I was just like, and he kept smiling at me because he was like, this kid is just fucking fanboying it right now. And they actually were like, Matt, get off set, like go to the apple boxes and wait for us. And I stayed there at the fucking apple boxes for the rest of the night. I watched the sun come up. I missed all the rest of the day because I couldn't stop being like, Rucker fucking Howard is here. Like, this is crazy. Fucking tears in the rain.
I think Matt was actually also here for this. It was when Sigourney Weaver was filming The Good House and took over our shop. So they decided to make the green room our freaking kitchen. And we all left our lunches in there. We're like, damn, okay, I guess that's the green room. And then Trevor has his office in there. So it's like, okay, all right. So they're doing their whole photo setup with her and the dog or whatever. And then it's like, all right, you know what? They're only here for like a day or so, but I'm really hungry. I'm just going to go in, microwave my lunch, and then it'll be on my things. So I go in the green room, quote unquote, cooking my lunch, on my phone, yada, yada, yada. And then as soon as I start stuffing my face with my potatoes and whatnot, again, like all of my face, and then I hear someone open the door. It's freaking Sigourney Weaver. And then she's like almost topless. She's like, hey, are you part of the wardrobe? There's something wrong with my thing. And I was like, what? And I was like, I was like mouthful of potatoes. And I look over in the other room. It's Trevor eyeing me down like, get. I was like, what? What? And she's like, are you the wardrobe or not? And I'm like, I'm not. I'll go tell somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
As soon as I was about to go walk out, the wardrobe walks right past me. Like, oh, we're here to help you out. And it's like, who's that guy? Like, I don't know. Like, oh, fuck, get the fuck out of here. And then I walk out, I see Henry standing at the end of the cul-de-sac, and he's like, yo, I got kicked out of the green room. I was like, yo, me too. And we're just there eating our lunches, watching everybody do their thing in the shop.
Honestly, I forget about that.
Yeah, I've done background in like a bunch of stuff here in Nova Scotia, and like I got to like shake hands with Chad Michael Murray and some other people. But the coolest thing was the first year that they started doing shows during COVID. They had random testing on set, and they pulled my name out of the hat, and I had to go over and test. Well, I wasn't the only person that got my name pulled, so I'm sitting down there. And all of a sudden, the door opens, and Bill Pullman comes out and sits down next to me, pats me on the shoulder, goes, "We're gonna get through this, man. Don't worry about it."
You should have been like, do the Independence Day speech.
Yeah, no. We were like, background was told, if the actors talk to you, be polite. Don't talk back. I'm like, done.
I would have talked.
So,
although we didn't say anything to Sigourney Weaver, really. Like
I think I'm the only one who did. I was just freaked
out.
I
we all had our aliens swag on too. I had my
did you
Nostromo
acknowledge it?
She definitely smiled at some of the things we were wearing. She saw my Weyland-Yutani stuff for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of weird too, because you guys were like the only one really wearing like Weyland-Yutani stuff out of all the crew there.
I know, we'd just casually walk by and be like,
see, if it had been me, I would have been like in a gold silver dress from Ghostbusters, just to, see where that got me, but probably would have gotten me kicked out.
Well, I only know of one person who got an autograph, and she signed a Ghostbusters DVD and a poster for them, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Because she came from Ghostbusters to Nova Scotia.
It was kind of funny because we were like, "Damn, are you okay, Sigourney? Like, why are you here?"
I know, we were like, why are you in Burnside? Like, something
Yeah.
went wrong.
It's
Henry
like, oh my
saw the
God.
movie. He said it was good. I haven't seen it, though. But yeah, Sigourney Weaver. I don't know who else is coming to Halifax lately. Not really anybody crazy.
What was it? We missed out on Jack Reacher. That was a sad
I
day.
know, that guy's giant. He's just huge.
Wait, did they film part of Reacher here? Or?
They
They were
wanted
gonna.
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because when I was on set for Sullivan's Crossing, someone was saying that they had Paramount had people up here looking at Nova Scotia to film part of Card.
Yeah.
There's always people here looking at stuff. We come so close so many times.
Man,
It was
they like to jump scare us at the shop sometimes. I mean, I think last time it was like it was just. A lot of times they show up and like, hey, we want you to tell us everything you know about why we work in Nova Scotia. We're like, don't put this on our shoulders. We're just like a few guys. Like, oh my God. Oh, like,
I saw Kevin Smith at not Fan Expo. It was a local convention. They spent like a buttload of money, and he was like the only big guest other than like Eric and Vari. And he did his like Jay and Silent Bob Get Old podcast that night, and he was talking to everybody, and he was like, "You know something? This place looks like fucking New Jersey. I wonder if the film credits are good here. I should like totally film a movie here."
I thought that too. Henry and I started a running joke at our work once. We were like, I wonder if we just make up a slightly believable rumor that we could see it take off. And it did for a little bit. That we told people that Kevin Smith was going to come here and shoot Clerks 3 because this is before it happened. And people were like, yeah, they could do that. And I'm like, yep, Kevin Smith, it's going to happen.
Well,
and
and that was what we were talking about. He was there. He was like, I got to film Clerks 3 somewhere. I don't like filming in New Jersey unless I'm right at the quick stop. Everywhere else, I don't care. As long as they give me good money, I'm good for it.
Yeah, I saw that they built like a fake quick stop for that one somewhere. It was in New Jersey.
I thought he was just buying the building now.
No, they actually built a fake quick stop somewhere else. It wasn't in New Jersey though. I know
I
that.
understand.
I thought Clerks 3 was like, I don't know. Clerks 2 was so good that when they did Clerks 3, I don't know. I think he should have just stopped.
Come on. I mean, Dante got a better ending than he did in the original shot of Clerks.
Well, I just think that it was such a nice ending with Clerks 2, and Clerks 3 is such a downer. It's like, why did you do that? Why the hell did you do that? I don't know. That's my opinion.
I don't know. Still waiting for follow-up to Dogma. Still waiting.
oh, yeah.
Someday. I won tickets to a screening for Dogma in the UK, and I was like, guess I'm
Really?
going to have to frame these. It was when the movie was just coming out. People thought I was
Did you
crazy
ever hear?
when I was... What's that?
Did you hear the story of when they premiered it in New Jersey?
Yeah, he had like the signs that said like Dogma is dog shit.
He went to go protest his own movie just to see if he could get away with it, and he actually got interviewed, and he gave them a fake name, and he went with it.
Yeah, I've seen that clip actually. Kevin Smith, I still haven't seen Red State, the horror movie he did.
Oh, I love Red State.
I haven't seen it. I had an autographed Red State poster from Kevin Smith. I just gave it to Henry.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Michael Park and John Goodman, just like wow, awesome.
Got John Goodman's in that.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
I always think about him in the movie Arachnophobia. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah, actually, that was one of the movies that made me freak out about spiders.
Yeah, dude, that movie's terrifying. I thought he was so cool in it because he was like the Ghostbuster with his little exterminator thing.
You know what movie scared me more that John Goodman was in?
Matinee.
King Ralph.
What is it?
King Ralph.
I haven't. Have I seen that? What happens in that movie?
So imagine the whole royal family dies in one fell swoop, and they have to go so far back in the lineage. They had to go back to like some distant cousin who had a son in America, and it was John Goodman.
I remember seeing the posters for that. He has a little crown on the poster, right, or something.
Yeah.
That was a long
It,
time ago.
it was like 89. It was a good movie, but it was very poorly done.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Once again, like we were talking about the other night, trashy B movies. We need more good ones.
Yeah, you
I-
know what? The
Go
only
on.
company I think that's doing anything in between high budget and indie is like A24 because they're like in between and they're making good movies.
Yeah, and recently made a big thing with like the YouTuber getting to direct their own horror movie, which was wild to think
Oh,
about.
that's interesting.
That was that hand one. I forgot what it was called.
Oh, a YouTuber directed that. It did really
Yeah,
good. Talk to me.
yeah. Talk
They're
to me. Yeah,
making a
that was.
sequel.
I forgot what YouTuber it was, but that was the main advertisement about it. That's like this breakthrough from guy making just nothing but YouTube
I
videos,
didn't even
going to
hear
make a
that.
horror
That's
movie.
crazy. It looks really good.
Yeah.
It did really good. Henry said it was a great movie. You can buy the hand from the A24 shop, so that's cool.
A
Um,
Yeah. I don't know. I scroll through Netflix and every week it's like zombie this, cocaine shark that, you know.
oh man, I saw Cocaine Bear. That movie sucked so much. I was really hopeful because it was so funny looking in the trailer, and I'm like, I think the trailer was probably the best part of that whole movie, to be honest.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I think the bear was way too CGI. It took me out of it.
Yeah, it was just, I
I
don't know.
I think there's laws against using a bear for that kind of thing now.
I want an actual bear to maul down my favorite cast. All right,
Dude,
what's that more to ask for?
even the Revenant, the bear looks so fake in that. It was hilarious. Yeah, it always takes me out of the
Is that
movie.
the one? Is that the one with Leo?
Yeah,
Yeah, Leo
I've
DiCaprio.
never seen it.
That's the one he
it's
won an Oscar, right?
yeah, it's good, but it's not like amazingly good. Like I think it's a neat idea for a movie, but I
Well,
don't really care.
did you ever see the Oscar perspective of when they did when they showed how many times he's been nominated for an Oscar and he never wins, and then they get to the Revenant and everyone's like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, I think
No
that's
one
gonna happen.
cares.
When Ryan Gosling gets nominated for like his millionth Oscar, they're gonna be like, maybe we should just give it to him. Like, he's done a lot of good movies. Like, I
Eh.
feel like Leonardo DiCaprio, he was good in so many movies. Even Catch Me If You Can, I thought he was really good in that.
Oh,
You'd
he's
be
great.
shocked, like even Titanic too, right? That was one of the biggest movies ever at the time too.
It's like
So,
a thousand
how did
knives, Rose, stabbing you all over your body.
like how does it work that Kate Winslet gets nominated for an Oscar and he doesn't?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Like, and then Ryan Gosling gets nominated for an Oscar, but Margot Robbie doesn't.
That is really weird that happened with that.
Yeah,
Although, did
yeah.
you hear what Whoopi Goldberg said? She always says some crazy shit. She was like, "Not everybody gets an award," and it's like, "Whoa." I feel like you
He
might
needs
be
to go back
missing
to
the
the bar.
point. Yeah, yeah. Sister Act 3.
I do
Oh,
love like the whole Ryan Gosling thing, like he's me type meme, where you just whenever they show memes like Ryan Gosling, yo, that's me, and whenever showing pictures, like shows a picture of Ryan Gosling's son, this is me, and even like it took it for real these, or I think Sylvester Stallone wants to do a biopic with Ryan Gosling playing as him,
Uh, I
or
heard
something
him.
that's, or no, he's
No,
doing
a
Rambo. I knew, I was like, wait, I felt off as I was saying it.
wait,
Yeah,
he wants another Limbo movie with Ryan Gosling?
yep.
I feel like there's many other actors that could be John Rambo way better than Ryan Gosling. Like,
They should just not
he
make
started,
another Rambo. Like,
well, if we're just gonna do it to make money, I mean, we got Dwayne Johnson, Jason Momoa, most of the cast of Game of Thrones. You know,
They're not Ryan Gosling though, John. That's what we're getting at here.
yeah, but
I'm
I can't
10.
try and cheer it serious.
Ryan
Uh,
Gosling. I don't know. What do you think the best movie is he's been in that he would deserve an Oscar for?
Gangster Squad.
Probably Drive. I really liked him in Drive.
Drive is really good. Place Beyond the Pines is really good too. Um, have you ever
Those
seen
are pretty
Blue
good.
Valentine? Jesus, that's a depressing movie. He's really good in that too.
It's
Wow.
also La La Land pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. He's in a lot of good movies. God damn it. He's even good in Blade Runner and he barely talks.
I was gonna say like I would say Blade Runner, but he doesn't really say anything. He just wanted him just reacting to the
Yeah.
situation.
Except for that
Yeah.
scene where he
So
just screams and kicks the chair and he's like, "Ah!"
I love how that one scene where it's him staring at that CGI poster girl and he's like, "Oh, you're the one for me." And he's just like miserable, like
I know. You
Like
look
I love
like
how much.
a good Joe, or that's what she says.
Yeah.
Is it sad that I went to Halcon one year and the production was there like promoting the hell out of the DVD or the Blu-ray release, and they gave me a free copy and it's still in the package.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Well,
never watched Blade Runner 2049.
really, it's pretty good.
I haven't.
Wow.
I think
I
it's
like
good.
the original.
The
Yeah,
original's great.
yeah. I actually like the movie. Actually, this is the first movie I watched technically illegal. I just kind of walked to the theater and sat at a random one. It so happened to be Blade Runner 2049.
Oh my God.
I was testing my limits at Park Lane. You know, I was there every other day, and then I was like, hey, what if I just walked into a theater? I was like, oh shit, it's freaking Blade Runner. I was like, yo.
I snuck into a movie once and got kicked out in my
Wow,
life.
I gotta be lucky
It's a
then.
Fantastic Four sequel.
You
Oh,
missed
I'm
out.
sorry. Good that you didn't pay
You
for
missed
it.
out.
Yeah, I thought I could get away with it because it's right when I was a supervisor at the movie theater at Empire, and I left and became an animator, and then I came back a couple months later to see the Fantastic Four sequel with my friends, and they kicked us out. They were like, "You can't see movies for free," and I'm like, "What the fuck? I worked here for 3 years. Like, you guys suck." I had a cane
What?
and everything because like I almost sliced my toe off swimming in a lake. There was
You damn kids kicking me out where I was
yeah,
before.
I when I like hobbled out of the theater, I'm like, "See what you've done." Yeah, it was awesome. Uh, yeah, that's my story.
Now, you could just walk into any theater now, I think, but everything's like assigned seating. So
I know. I mean, it's good, but fuck, man, so many people are on their phones at the movie theater. It kind of ruins it. Like Cora popped on some girl at Barbie. It was a mother with 7 little girls, and they were all wearing pink. And Cora was like mega pregnant, right? And they were all next to Cora, and Cora was like, "The girls are so adorable." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cute." And then the girl, the mom of the kids, went on her phone, and she just was like this next to Cora for like a couple of minutes, and then Cora was like, "Can you please put your phone away?" And the woman was like, "It's Barbie." And I leaned over and I was like, "Yeah, and we paid to see it. Like,
yeah,
I'm not here to
I
look at your fucking phone, lady."
I I think when I went to see Godzilla minus zero, there was a guy there. I thought he was on his phone. He was like 2 rows ahead of me, and it turned out he was streaming it to a friend. And the
Whoa.
guy who was in front of me, but behind him, reached forward and just pushed his phone down, and the guy got the hint.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
bad. Why would you stream like what? That's so burnt.
Why do people stream concerts?
Yeah, that's true.
No. I'm not giving this excuse, already, right? You could stream a movie. Like, why are you half-assing it? Just record it like like cam
No, no, no,
recording. Like
no,
you
no,
could
no.
just
But
streaming gets you caught even faster. Like I don't even
Bootleg it properly.
like. Oh my
yeah,
god,
exactly.
be a professional pirate for God's sake.
Like a
Like that's
professional.
that's my pet peeve is when people like have their phone out when they're supposed to be experiencing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I went to see Theory of a Dead Man last year, and this guy next, like I was on the floor, and this guy next to me had his phone up the whole time, and you could tell he was like streaming on Facebook. So something bumped into me really hard, and he dropped his phone. It was like a metal grate to keep people from like knocking over the divider, and he broke his phone. So
Oh, there you go. He deserved that.
he had to live in the moment.
I hate that. Honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't go to the movies as much anymore because it's getting ruined by the fucking phones. It's really shitty, but I don't know what they don't understand. If they have an LED light lit up,
Yeah,
like it ruins it for everybody in the movie theater.
I think it's different if you're like in the back and you're not bothering
Yeah,
anyone.
if you're in the back seat, that's cool. Like whatever.
Yeah, right. Like there have been some times I've gone to some matinees just because I had nothing else to do and they had air conditioning. By the way, um, the Happy Time Murders, good movie. Um,
Oh, good to know. Okay. I remember
that
that.
that's what I did. I went to the movie, and it was an okay movie because it was Melissa McCarthy and a bunch of puppets. And I was like, I'm gonna text my friends see what they're up to. Maybe we can go meet up and like get drinks after.
Fair.
And it was like an hour long conversation, but it was just me in the theater.
Well, they're talking about doing this new thing where you pay more for your ticket, but you are in a
Yeah,
theater with other people on their phones, so it's okay. They're offering that now.
Well, that's fine for
so
them, but
weird.
I
Oh my
know,
God.
it's like, why are you going to see the movie then? Like, if I go to Frozen Empire on the first day and somebody has their phone out, I'm gonna lose my mind because I haven't seen a movie since August.
We're
For
gonna be
Christ's
shoulder
sake.
to shoulder, and you're gonna see me FaceTiming my mom
Oh
right
my
beside
God,
me.
if you do, I'll go full Barbie on
well, hold
you.
on, wait. If I can't get down for opening day, can you stream? Can you live stream me?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, I
I'll just
got you
open
covered.
Discord. Come back to
It's all on
Slush.
Discord.
Oh
We're
my
doing a
God.
Slush podcast episode.
Oh my God, that would be pretty
In the
funny, but
That something that's like an awesome idea where you just all of us go to a movie theater that we know no one's gonna be at in the middle of the day on like a matinee, and we'll just sit there and we'll just Discord while we're
oh
watching the
my
movie. Like
God,
that sucks so bad.
that would be so funny. We would get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh man. On that note, I have to tend to Bennett, so I guess this will be the end of
Oh,
episode 19.
did he let you put him down again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, good,
Because I
good.
have to, it'll be my turn for the next 6 months, so it's almost like trial by fire. But yeah,
Switch up for dad.
it's gonna be great. Well, thanks for coming on, John, and sharing
Anyone?
your thoughts. Uh, we'll have another episode with you on. Sully, aka Adventure Man.
It's been the Slush Podcast, episode 19. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to comment your thoughts on your favorite movie theater experiences if you have any.
If you have any.
It's-
I have
some people
none.
don't. I don't know, man. Some people like home theater. I don't know, man. We're on Apple, Spotify. You can check us out there. Maybe even just watching on YouTube. Why aren't you playing Yu-Gi-Oh yet?
And that's it.